Hi Kiana, it's Aunt Debbie. I'm going to show you a little bit about the new craft I do. It's called working with alcohol inks, and you use it on tile and any other hard surface like vases and flower pots and tables and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you a little bit now. Hope you like it. So what I do is I pick something that I want to do a design of, and I print it out on regular paper, and then I cut it out. You can also do like freehand stuff, you know, whatever you want to do, or you don't even have to draw anything at all. So then what I do is I take a fine line Sharpie marker and I put it on the tile. This is like floor tile, ceramic floor tile, and I trace it, trace the outline of it, and then I fill in the inner lines myself. Now this is a real simple design. Flowers are real easy to do, that's why I'm using a flower, but you can do anything, any design you want. So I also have my alcohol paint set, and there's all the different colors, and I have alcohol blending solution, which kind of waters them down and makes them do really neat things. I have a few different paint brushes, just regular cheap paint brushes. I got these at Walmart. This was a pack of, I don't know, there's like 30 paint brushes for just a few dollars. I also have something to mix the paints in if I want to water them down with the alcohol. And I'll show you how that works. I'll show you the difference in the colors. So here we go. So first we're going to do the inner circle, okay? And I'll show you something really neat. So I'm going to make it yellow. So I take my yellow alcohol ink, and it's in a little dropper bottle, okay? Now I also have, which you don't handle, but Leslie can handle it for you. I have one of these long fireplace lighters. Okay, you can use a regular lighter. So what I'm going to do is put a drop right in the middle of the flower, 1 or 2 drops, and I'm going to light it. And see what happens? It spreads out, and the alcohol burns right off. Now because I picked it up while it was still wet, it ran a little bit, but that's okay. Now if we want to fill in this other little side here, we can put another drop down. I won't lift it up this time. And this is the thing that's challenging about these, is they spread really far really fast. But it's okay because it's I think it makes it more interesting. It's not as precise as drawing or painting in the lines. Okay, so now don't worry about your black lines, your tracing lines. Those will disappear, or they'll kind of combine with the colors, and I think it makes it kind of neat too. Okay, so we're done with the yellow. Now keep in mind, this isn't going to be a perfect flower. I've never done this flower before, but this is just to show you a couple of the things that you can do with the inks. Okay, so now I'm going to use red, and first I'm going to go full strength red. So I'm just going to put a couple of drops in my tray and take my paintbrush and get some red on there. I'm going to paint just like I normally would. It's almost like watercolors, but watercolors soak into the paper. This doesn't soak into anything. And it dries really, really fast. I'm going to do 2 of the big ones, side by side. And just paint right in your lines if you want. You can go outside the lines, which they are going to blend in with other things if you have other colors. And I'll show you what's happening here with the center. See how it's run into the yellow a little bit? right here. But that's, like I said, that's okay. I think it makes it more interesting. Okay, now I'll show you what happens when you add. I'm going to add some alcohol ink to that red that I just used. Okay, just a few drops. Okay, and watch what happens. Actually, you can light that too, even just to get it to dry a little faster. See, it actually lightens it. It lightens it in the spots, makes it darker in other spots. Gives it kind of an interesting effect. Now, if you take plain alcohol blending solution and put a little bit on your brush and dab it on, you see it running down there? It completely turns it, like, starts to dissolve the paint that you have there. So it makes white spots, it can make white streaks. It can make it look like bubbles. You can do a number of things. Okay. So, let's put the red away, and I'll show you another technique. We'll use purple. I'll get my purple out. Now this you want to have a straw for, just a regular drinking straw. And I told Leslie you can also use canned air like you use to clean out a computer keyboard. I don't have any of that right now, but you can use that for a more for a wider effect, and it blows it a lot faster. Okay, but this, using a straw, you put a drop down, and you blow on it, and it blows it. Whichever way you want to go. And when you have canned air to do this with, it's a lot more, it feathers it out a lot more, I guess you could say. Now I'm going to put a drop of that with some blending solution. Maybe another drop of blending solution on top of that. See how much lighter the blending solution makes that purple? So it lightens it, it thins it. It can give you a lot of different effects. I want to show you a little bit more detail on how it makes the bubbly effect, because I really like the bubbly effect. So we'll just paint a petal and let it dry. And usually when I'm doing flowers or something in nature, I just kind of, you know, I'll paint first in strokes and then I'll dab, just to give it a more natural look, you know, because things in nature aren't always perfect lines, are they? No, they're not. Okay, so let that dry a second, or we'll just light it. Just kind of a neat effect too. There I have a regular petal right there. Okay. I'm going to put a drop of one complete drop of fluid and light it. I don't know if you can see the flame. It'll burn right out. You can barely see the flame usually. And it'll burn right out. It gives you kind of a bubble. You can see that right there. Whoops. Now see that one? That drop was kind of a... But you know, you could work with that. You know, you can do a lot of really neat things. Whoops, I just dropped a bunch on there. See what that blending solution does? But you can make some really neat designs. Some people cover the whole thing with color, and then they light the whole thing on fire. It's pretty cool. That's what happened when I lit it on fire. I put like 4 drops of that blending solution on there, and then I lit it on fire. That's pretty cool. Not exactly a flower, but pretty cool. Anyways, there's a lot of things you can do with it. So if you have any questions or anything, there's a lot of YouTube videos you can watch. And if you need any other help or anything, I'm here. So love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.